Okay, my name is Johnny White. Talk a little bit about Johnson Edwards and his thoughts on communion. He told that church at Northampton after his grandfather passed, and his grandfather taught under the halfway covenant, and the evidence of a conversion experience was not required to acquire full membership into the church, and because only a member of the church was allowed to have their children baptized. Now, Edward taught under this for about 2 years, and but under his conviction, it was not right. The core point of the rejection of the halfway covenant was that it did not require a person to be converted or born again, but only acknowledging the church doctrine. Here's an extended quotation from a humble inquirer part 2, section 11, where Edward explains what it means that a man should examine himself before he eats the Lord's Supper. Now, he wasn't examining himself to see, man, how good he was or how good he is or how good he could be, but he examined himself spiritually so that he would be able to partake of the Lord's Supper. And see, Edward was deeply rooted in scriptures. He believed, and then like his grandfather would let people take communion without being totally convicted uh, profession of their faith. And Edward did not like that. That's why a whole lot of the controversy started. So what the controversy behind Edward's views on communion had gone on for a couple of years. From 1748 to the resolution for the dismissal in 1740. In fact, all Edward was really trying was asking that certain of the young people come to see him so that he could get information from them. Dealing with the difficulties of pastoral ministry became even more difficult for Edward when in 1748 his influence and supported uncle, Colossian John Stoddard, died. And after that, various people of the church began to question him and do a whole lot of stuff. They wanted him gone. I think when he was dismissed, only 10% voted to keep him there. And so Edward was having a hard time, which is understandable, because when you have a group against you, you can't preach biblical principle if you would not. I mean, you can teach biblical principle, but if you don't accept them, you're just really wasting your time. So in a letter from to John Erskine in Scotland, May 20, 1749, will mention the controversies. He said, a very great difficulty has arisen between my people related to qualification for communion at the Lord's table. He said, my honored grandfather started my predecessor in this ministry for this church. Strangers maintained the Lord's Supper to be a converting ordinance, and urged all to come who were not of scandalous life, though they knew themselves to be unconverted. I formally conform to his practice, but I have had difficulty with respect to it, which have been long increasing till I dare no longer proceed in the former way, which has occasioned great uneasiness among my people and has filled all the country with noise. So what really wanted to preach not just for the people to come to church and do things that was not biblical. And in his thoughts and in the Bible, what they were doing was really wrong. And he wanted to correct that. whether his grandfather had taught him that you can be halfway, you cannot be lukewarm. It stated that in Revelation. He said, I'd rather you be lukewarm, you know, if as such.